Arsenal looks like they've gone ahead and added all the annoyances that they have against Brighton, and this time around they are not only going in for Caicedo, they are going in for Mitoma too. Arsenal are set onto signing Caicedo and Mitoma, despite the deal of Caicedo dropping down in the January transfer window. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? Smash the like button, comment and share. Guys, I think you've really had a very nice day. Today is a Wednesday and we're really rocking to rock in there for you, and I think you guys are really having one of the best times here onto Rokani Media Football. I started the day with a video of Mesut Ozil, and today I had my two friends of mine took me out and really had some fun, so that's why I've come in late. But I rarely go out, but today they've taken me out and I said, all right, better late than never. I cannot downplay my subscribers. And let's get into the Mitoma Caicedo story to Arsenal. We are having Balogun, an injury, and revealing his future on the international side, whether he's going to play for England or Nigeria. And lastly, William Saliba's contract. It's one that is really left out for Arsenal to confirm, because that of Bukayo Saka, I brought you a story yesterday that it's just left with an announcement from Arsenal, but a verbal agreement was reached between Arsenal and Bukayo Saka. Let's get to the story coming in from the Footy Insider, reporting to us that Arsenal have set their sights on Caicedo and Karol Mitoma. Despite recently signing a new deal with Brighton, Caicedo remains a priority, and it is understood they will submit another huge bid this summer, while they also share an interest in Mitoma. Now, this story of Mitoma to Arsenal has been all over, and I've seen Ekrem Kona and very many others really linking Mitoma to a side which goes by names of Arsenal. But at the look of things, you understand why Arsenal is interested in Mitoma, and I'm going to let you know why. If Arsenal are putting their sights on Mitoma, do you know what that means? It means that Arsenal is 100% willing to go ahead and not buy a center forward. Why? Mikel Arteta looks like he has seen a lot of potential in Leandro Trossard as a center forward. So he believes that Leandro Trossard can act as that third striker for Arsenal, with Jesus, Nketiah and Leandro Trossard. Now, Mitoma plays as a left winger, all a left forward, all a right attacking midfielder, and he's really good. Technically gifted, he fits into the style of play of Mikel Arteta. To me, I look at him as a player with a low center of gravity, but I believe he is really a perfectionist in doing what he does. He's scoring goals for fun. When you look at what he's doing at Brighton this season, it's really eye-catching. It's really eye-catching, and you really like to resonate with him, and obviously want him to come in and play at your team. What he's doing this season, it's unorthodox, it's unusual, and I would like to go ahead and really let you know that he has played 20 games, scored 6 goals and 3 assists. That is Mitoma in the Premier League, and that means he might get a double figure of goals this season, and I think Arsenal will be okay to get him in. So one will ask, what of Martinelli? I think if you want to get the best out of Martinelli, you need to get in a player who is going to put him on pressure. That's why Arsenal was going in for Modric. They were going in for Modric, and now they never got him. So that shows you that Arsenal wants another player to come in and really compete with Martinelli, because Martinelli is good, but trust me, if you add another player of the same quality or better quality than Martinelli, you're going to get the best of the best out of Gabriel Martinelli, if at all you know what I'm talking about. And that boils into two: Mitoma coming in through, and obviously getting another pro player who plays in that position to really give Martinelli the competition he deserves. And the same thing that's going to be applied to Bukayo Saka. I think if at all Arsenal can go ahead and capitalize on really bringing a competitor for Bukayo Saka, if Saka's been scoring 20 goals this season with 10 assists, he's going to multiply. You might find that he's going to double the goals and double the assists, meaning that Arsenal will be the one benefiting, because the more players like Martinelli, Bukayo Saka double up their efforts next season, the more Arsenal is going to win trophies. If only bring in Mitoma to force or to pile pressure onto Martinelli, then Martinelli will get more and more better. And even if you get Bukayo Saka competitor, Saka is going to get more and more and more better at the club of Arsenal. And secondly, you need to see what City is doing. Look at City. Look at their forwards. You get? They get off Jack Grealish. They can get on Julian Alves. They get off Riyad Mahrez. They bring Phil Foden. They get off Haaland. They get on Julian Alves. They get off Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, Calvin Phillips, Ika Gundogan. Which other players there? So they are having almost 2 players in every position, and those players are almost of the same quality. There is no drop of quality. If at all Ika Gundogan is out, you know that Calvin Phillips will come in through and really get the job done. The same applies to Bernardo Silva, can play that position very well. Kevin De Bruyne out, Ika Gundogan comes in and gets the job done. So I think that's what Mikel Arteta is doing. And this season, Arsenal was signing players for the first team. This summer, Arsenal is going to be strengthening its bench. That's it. Better know that Arsenal will be strengthening its bench. But they are in for Mitoma and Caicedo. Talking about Caicedo, Arsenal fans will tell you, but Rokani told us about Declan Rice. Let me tell you this. Arsenal can get in Caicedo and Declan Rice. Do you know why? They need to get backups for Jorginho and Thomas Partey. Why? Thomas Partey is clocking 30 years this year. Jorginho is 31. So, my mind is telling me Arsenal just want to go all out and get in Declan Rice and Moise Caicedo to see to it that they are really having quality in that midfield. Because next season, Arsenal will be wanting to participate. Not even participate. I'm sorry, I've used a very bad word because that word participating is undermining Arsenal. Arsenal wants to compete in every tournament. They want to compete in the Champions League. They want to compete into the Premier League. They want to compete in the Carabao Cup. They want to compete in the FA Cup. So they are going in for all the 4 trophies. And that means you'll need to be having a very huge squad. If Thomas Partey and Xhaka play in this game, then you can bring in Moise Caicedo and Declan Rice, or Moise Caicedo and Jorginho. So I think that's how Mikel Arteta wants to jangle up his team, because that team of Arsenal is really lacking potential backups for those players, especially into those areas. So to me, I believe they can land these 2 deals, but I don't know the price of Mitoma. If Caicedo is going in for like £70 million, what is Mitoma going to cost? Because I know forwards cost more money than midfielders, and Mitoma has had a very fantastic season. And the big question is, will Brighton be willing to sell off this player, Mitoma? For Caicedo, I know he'll leave, and they're going to be bringing in another player. But for Mitoma, are they going to hold him on for another year, or they are going to keep him at the club? But I think if money comes in, they might sell him. Do you know why? They're having Evan Ferguson, who is really a prolific number 9 and is a modern striker. He plays well, he's back to goal, he's a clinical finisher, he has a very good skill set that you can reckon with in as far as the striking patterns are really concerned at the side of Brighton. So let's leave it at that. Let's go to William Saliba. Chris Whitley, he now works at Natworld Pub, but he was a correspondent of Arsenal at the Football London. And I told us that William Saliba's contract at Arsenal, that we expecting him to sign a new long-term deal very soon. I think it's just a matter of time before that's completed. Saliba wants to stay at the club, so it's not real surprise he's going to put pen to paper. So, everyone who was worried about William Saliba, just calm down, relax and flow. Do you know why? He's going to put pen to paper. He's going to put pen to paper, as confirmed to you by Chris Whitley, and is being briefed in by the club of Arsenal. Now, all the 3 players that were really causing a lot of headache to the fans of Arsenal on whether they are going to sign new deals at Arsenal or not, have been really brought to book. They've got the pen and they've put pen to paper. Martinelli, done. For him, his contract was announced by the club. Bukayo Saka, I brought you a story yesterday from Fabrizio Romano that Arsenal are in total agreement with Bukayo Saka. All what is left for Bukayo Saka to put pen to paper and Arsenal announce the deal. That's it. But they've already agreed a deal for Bukayo Saka. Now the remaining player who was going to be left with 1 year on his contract after this season is William Saliba, and they want to tie him on a long contract. And I think they've now come to a conclusion that he needs to get more money. Arsenal had proposed a weekly wage of £120 million. William Saliba and his entourage wanted between £150,000 to £200,000. And I think Arsenal has gone ahead to agree onto that, and they're going to give him a new contract. And it comes in a very tricky side because he's injured, and most especially if at all you get an injury, it makes you think, all right, what if I get a career-ending injury when I'm not tied on a longer contract that's going to be compensated by the club? What happens? You get? So I think the injury that Saliba got that is going to keep him out for like 3-4 weeks has really changed his mind. So right, Arsenal, get that book contract, get me a pen, and I put pen to it and I sign it, because it's the only thing I'm going to be doing to see to it that we find ourselves in positions of really finding ourselves in good times with Arsenal. You know, I support Manchester United. If Phil Jones had not signed a contract of 4 more years at Manchester United that saw him earn £140,000 a week, then United would have gone ahead to not renew his contract, because when you look at Saliba, if he keeps on being an injury-prone player, that means Arsenal will go on and say, all right, we are not going to give you a new contract at Arsenal. So I think this is the right time for him to sign in, because Phil Jones has been at Manchester United for the last 3, 4, 5 years, and he has played only 3 games. But every week he's earning £140,000 a week. That's the power of having a long-term contract with the club. I think Saliba is going to put pen to paper, and very soon his contract at Arsenal is going to be announced like that of Bukayo Saka. For Martin Odegaard, it's said that he is really ready to extend his contract until 2030. How many years from now? 7 years. He's willing to commit his future to Arsenal for the next 7 years. That is Martin Odegaard. So even Granit Xhaka is going to be given some more 2 years of extension. They want him to keep at the club until when he's 33, 34 years of age. So it shows you how Mikel Arteta is growing and really keeping his team there. Now, some bad news for Arsenal fans all over the world. It's all about Balogun. Florin Balogun is one of those players that has been shining in French League One for Stade Reims, where it's Stade Reims, where Arsenal loaned him on a long season loan. He has fired in 17 goals this season in the league. That is the League One of France. Now, CBSS Sport has confirmed to us that eligible Florin Balogun has withdrawn from England under-21 camp due to injury. He went the full 90 in Reims last match, a game in which he scored, and has not been listed as hurt by the club. So to me, I believe players nowadays are really so much focused on the club. When you look at Florin Balogun, he's having a season that he has never had in his career. What do you expect from him? All what you expect from him is to go all out and put in all what is deserved. And what is deserved, get out of the under-21s and get back to France. Do you know why he's doing that? I remember the post he put up on his Instagram when he was not included into the English national team squad. You get? He said, it's always better to go where you are wanted. Remember, he's a Nigerian born and bred parents. He's born to Nigerian parents, though he grew up in England. So he can play for Nigeria. And he was telling them that, please, I can go ahead and replay for Nigeria because you've not again to really appreciate my efforts. And he sees himself as a player who is way past playing for the under-21s of England, because even when he was at Arsenal and not scoring in those goals, he was playing in for the under-21s of England. So if he went away and played for Stade Reims in League One and fired in 17 goals, if you're having the likes of Colm Wilson on your team, yet he's scoring more goals than them, then he sees that he's not ready to go on and really play for the English national team. And for the under-21s. He believes that he's meant to go on and play for the national team of the England known as the Three Lions. And obviously, he was asked about his international future, and he was talking to Sky Sports. This is what he had to say. My international future is not decided yet in terms of who I will play for. Of course, I want to play international football at the highest level. I want to put myself in positions where I'm performing in front of millions of people. So he's telling you that his future is not decided. Do you know why? Because he believes that the English have not yet welcomed him, yet has gone ahead to really score in very many goals. And to me, I believe he was supposed to be into the England national team squad, though Gary Southgate will tell you that they want to nurture him in a steady progress. They don't want him to really go off certain tiers and obviously just elevate to the top tier. So let's wait and see what's going to happen between England and Balogun, but he's injured according to me. But I know on first and second is going to be playing for his team known as Steady Remy. So guys, your thoughts on to Arsenal info Mitoma and Caicedo are welcome in the comment section below. What are your thoughts about William Saliba's new contract? Pen to paper. When is it going to be put on? And what are your thoughts about Arsenal renewing his contract? And lastly, Balogun coming out and pulling out of the under-21s that is injured, and he has told us that his future is undecided. Do you want him to play for England or do you want him to play for Nigeria? Your thoughts are welcome in the comment section below. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later, my lovelies.